his first. 9 for Lacayo's second is good. He's got 10. And that moves out the Queens lead just a little bit, gives them some breathing room to 54-51 as Bridgeport now has to go up against that press that hurt them in the first half. And coming across, a whistle as Boykin hit the floor, and there'll be a Queens foul. Singleton trying to hold him from getting to that three-quarter court position.
And both teams turning up the intensity here. This has been a pretty physical game, especially the last few possessions.
That's the way the Bridgeport-Queens games used to go, exception of last year. 54-51, it comes into the corner. Now outside, jumper, good! Knocking it down was Lee Frazier from the left of the key, and he knocked that home to make it 54-53.
He must have been just on the line. He thought it was a three-pointer there.
Yeah, he was falling backwards, and he was just inside the line. Singleton tries his luck from out there. No good. Rebound trying to be snatched underneath by the Knights, and they knock it out as Tull and Simmons were after it. Now we have the Knights getting the ball from under the basket on a foul being whistled on Bridgeport. No, it's going to be Bridgeport ball. Check it. 10:39 to go. 54-53, Queens ahead. To the baseline to take the inbound play is Lee Frazier. And now that they're down by one, this becomes a very big trip. Here's Stennis. Stennis being guarded by Simmons and Lance, both going after the ball, and one of the two got the fouls.
And it looks like he's getting a technical here.
And Lance did not like the call, and he got the technical. And he got a second foul, and they'll have to take Lance out as we'll watch the tech being shot here, and a chance for Bridgeport to basically tie this game and then get the ball. Jermaine Washington is the guy going to the line for the tech. First, good. He's got 7. 54-54. He's got to try another. 10:34 to go in the game. Joe Massey, John Sorense, and both of them are made by Jermaine Washington. And for the first time in a while now, Bridgeport has the lead in the game, 55-54.
I think it might be for the first time in the game. I could be mistaken.
And they get the ball. I think you are correct. Washington to the left of the three-point arc. Passes it outside. They come around the perimeter with it. Go into Stennis. Stennis, being double-teamed, tries to bull his way under the basket and got called. The ball will go over to the Queens Knights on the turnover.
Well, the technical didn't hurt them too much since they couldn't convert on the extra possession.
Here's Alicott to the right side. Alicott passes it between the circles to Lacayo. Now, obviously, John, going down in that traffic was Washington, and that's the foul that was called. It was against Jermaine Washington, not Stennis. And here's a three by Singleton. He puts the Knights back in front, 57-55. He had room to spare on that one. He has 14 points. Knights go back up by 2. 9:38 to go. Here's Stennis outside trying to put it in low, but he actually faked out his own player. Getaway, and then when he threw the pass, Sam was going the other way, and the pass went behind Getaway.
Going back to Singleton, you mentioned earlier that he's a new player. It's just his 4th game of the year. He's only averaging 14 minutes per game. He's been playing most of the game today, though, and he's really helped Queens out to take this lead.
Here's Lacayo, shot well from outside, but coming out and getting that ball in the air was Frazier. Simmons takes it off inside, dumps it back into Lacayo, and the Knights go to battle, and they pick up the foul down there. That was a good play by Frazier coming out to get a piece of that jump shot. Then when they took it off inside, Lacayo, who has a little toughness in him too, goes to the free throw line as the foul was called, number 4 on Jermaine Washington.
Well, sometimes good defense could just be a product of hustling. And that was a great hustle there by by Frazier to get that block shot.
And Lacayo going hard inside to keep the play alive, gets his 11th point. 2 new players to the program this year. In fact, the newest player, as John said, Singleton, only a few games old, 14 points. And Lacayo, 11 points. Now he has 12. And now the Knights extend that lead to 4, 59-55, 9:14 on the clock. And they are worried about defensive positioning here on the press. Frazier brings it across. Frazier gets caught up to by Simmons, and Lands gets tied up, and the ball will go back to Queens. That's why they were concerned about positioning on the press, so they could get that ball back. So they played it well, and Lands will put it in and gives it off to Singleton. Singleton's only about 6'1", 6'2". He's 6'2". He comes out of Bronx Regional High School. Played community college ball. He heads for the head of the key, and we have a Bridgeport Purple Knight player hitting the deck, and that is Marquis, who hit the floor. Marquis Moore. That's his second, but they're not over the limit. 8:55 to go in the game. Queens has 17 fouls now. Bridgeport has 5. And getting into a very tight situation. Singleton with the ball over to Lacayo. Head of the three-point arc to Simmons. Over to Lands. The Knights trying to be patient. Queens is. Here's Lands. Double team. Works out of it. In the corner, they slide it to Lacayo. Fakes. Banks. Hits. Oh, did they do that well? Did they do that well? 61-55. 6-point game. Slam back the other way by Phillips.
And Queens didn't really get back on defense too well.
Did not.
And, left an easy dunk for Phillips.
61-57. Singleton passes, knocked away by Boykin, who read it. Marquise Moore to Stennis. Stennis twists, Banks hits. Stennis making that up on the move. 61-59.
What an athletic shot by Stennis, really. It's just, like I said before, it's just so difficult to defend, though, and he's coming down and on a fast break like that.
I don't think there are too many better in the conference. I don't think there are any, really. They go down low to Lacayo, and Lacayo got hooked onto, and the ball got knocked out of bounds. Really, I don't think there's anyone who could play that position in the conference better than Stennis, the way he gets up court.
It's hard, I mean, like I said, he's just so athletic and so tall, so it's difficult to defend that.
Last year, Concordia had Richard Fields, who could really get down the court too, but this Stennis has a little more power to his game. Ball got deflected and out of bounds, and Bridgeport gets the ball down by 2 here. So tighten your safety belt here. 7:33 to go. Stennis up court, hands it back to Boykin on the extra pass and gets Boykin fouled in the lane. Kirk Papadakis wanted a traveling call on that, but they get the trip to the line for David Boykin. And now it is a ball game for real. It's only a 2-point Queens lead. And Boykin goes to the free throw line. How has he performed there this year?
Boykin is shooting 72% from the free throw line.
So he's pretty dependable, and his first one is good. His first trip tonight, he's got 4 points.
He's a sophomore guard from White Plains, New York.
And slowly the Purple Knights turn step by step, and they get back in this game. Second one, good. (61-61) now. 7:22 to go. Joe Massey, John Cerense with you. Here's Alicott. Maybe cold outside, but it's very warm in here. Alicott twists, gets in the lane, makes the move, can't get the basket as it dropped off the rim. And the rebound, Bridgeport in the tie game. Stennis from the corner, got it! Three-pointer by Stennis.
What a performance by Stennis.
27.
About him.
He's got 27. And the Purple Knights of Bridgeport go up by 3. 6:49 to go. Alicott dishes in the corner, Lands, fires from there, no good. Simmons goes back behind Stennis, an attempt to get that rebound and pull it off from behind him, and he knocked it.